contains lots of meanings. What is the meaning of leadership, and how can we use it or make the benefit of leadership towards our welfare, and also how can we apply leadership towards society and be able to control many things, many elements, and achieve development in society. About all these aspects, we have with us the human development expert, of course, Mr. Hossam Dean. Good morning.
Good morning.
Very good morning to you, sir. Let's begin by a quick overview. What is leadership?
Okay. So from the word leadership, we take the word lead. When you lead, you have a vision, a direction, and a destination that you want to go there. So we either lead ourselves to our goals, our dreams, our purpose, or we lead people. And people take a leader as a visionary person who has a purpose, a direction. And sometimes people confuse the word leadership with management. So what is the difference between a leader and a manager? A leader is a person who leads people. A manager is a person who manages resources. It involves people, it involves other things, but when you lead, you have a visionary purpose, and you know where are you going. And usually this person, he knows much better than the others. He sees more. He knows potentials, and he sees things, and people ask him for direction. Where are we going? So leadership involves purpose, direction. You know where are you going.
Mr. Hossam Fahmy, also we need to know, are there certain people who have the potentials for leadership and others don't? Or everybody could be a leader?
Everybody actually could be a leader, but the difference is that people who are, we call them leaders, are people who sees potential and they have a direction. Others, they seek leaders to know where are they going. So sometimes people are not confident about their own vision. So they always ask others, so what should I do? Tell me what to do. Tell me exactly what I should do.
Those people could be leaders?
Those are not leaders, those are followers. The leaders are persons who are the persons who take initiatives. So they're always, they have initiatives and they have ideas and things like this. It doesn't mean that the followers sometimes could be leaders, but they prefer maybe the comfort zone of just being led. They don't want to take the risk.
They don't want to take the responsibility.
The responsibility.
Firsthand.
Yes. So leadership involves some risks and responsibility. If you are a responsible person, you are a person who first leads himself first.
Right, which actually leads me to my next question. What is self-leadership? I mean, is this just an issue of leading yourself, or is it a person who has an aim and a direction and authority over themselves? I mean, we all, in general, want to lead our lives, fine, but sometimes instances and work and the environment and society and whatever other issues play into our livelihoods can affect our leadership. So tell us a bit more about self-leadership.
Okay. So when we talk about self-leadership, we're talking about a system. It's a system that involves many things. First, when we talk about self-leadership, first we need to have a purpose, where I'm going, goals, and also to know, to be able to go for this purpose and goals, you have to be responsible. A responsible person involves, when you look at the word responsible, it involves response-able. You are able to take responses. So you're not living a life of a person who is reactive. So you are a person who is proactive. You take initiatives. You have choices. You don't have to act in a certain way. So a person who is reactive would say, someone teased me. He made me angry. He made you angry. So you're not taking responsibility for your own actions. He is the one who he's provoked you. So a person who is responsible, no one can make me angry. I know what I'm doing. I know what I want. So he is responsible. So when we talk about responsibility here, we talk about four things. we call them the four human powers. First, thoughts. Your thoughts are one of the main powers that you have. So, are you responsible about your own thoughts? Do you own your own thoughts? So, and when we think, we also emote. We have some emotions, feelings. So, are you responsible about your emotions? Is it, you know how to manage your emotions? Do you know how to control them? So, thinking emotions, and when we think and emote, we want to express this through speech and behavior. This is the two external powers. So, do you know how to express yourself? How to communicate? How to take actions? It involves your skills. So, the four human powers, thoughts, emotions, speech, and actions, are all things that we need to be responsible about to lead a life. And it also involves self-leadership, involves managing your own state. Are you aware of your own state? And is that state that you are in now makes you better? Is that what you want? So when I'm aware of my own state, I think, if I am pessimistic about this situation, would that help me do what I want? What kind of way of thinking am I doing to myself? So I need to just move away this way of thinking and think in a positive way. And it involves also being aware of others. How are they thinking and how to communicate with them? And we call this emotional intelligence.
Right, most of the world leaders, because I'm going to choose the world leaders as an example to elaborate on, because this is how the leadership is shown. Like Gamal Abdel Nasser, for example, and other international leaders, Nelson Mandela. It's very obvious from their early stages in life that they are going to be leaders. There are some signals that show that this character has charisma, it has potentials, it has goals to follow, it has objectives in life. So if you could elaborate on that.
When we talk about Nasser, the President Nasser, or other famous leaders.
And of course the other way around for other people who are not fitted all to be leaders. And they're not supposed to be leaders because if they ever step in as leaders, disasters happen.
So these famous leaders, or we call them inspiring leaders, their purpose serves the majority. So they have a vision, they have a goal that serves the community, the place, the environment, and people go with them because they know if they go with them, this is for their own benefit. Others maybe are not serving the majority. Maybe they're serving a segment. Maybe they're serving a personal interest. So they don't look at them as leaders for them. Maybe they're leaders for their own benefits or their own interest, or a segment of people. So people who lead a nation, they're serving their nation, and they do this because they have a desire for adding value. They want to do something for these people. They don't want to do something for their own selves. They're serving a bigger community or a nation. And these people take responsibility, not only for their own actions, they take a responsibility for a bigger community, a nation or a country. And it involves some risks. They know how to face risk, and they know how to manage crisis. So this involves crisis management, and they are charismatic. They know how to influence people through language. And people, when they speak, as if they are hypnotized, they just wondering how this is so much inspiring, and they want to follow them. Sometimes leaders, like Hitler, for example, he was not maybe the positive leader that we would think, and we would say that he is someone who had left a positive impact on the world, maybe. So but still he's a leader
Mm.
because he knows how
Some
to
are very
influence.
rhetoric, but they
Yes.
don't have anything inside.
Exactly. He knows how to influence people, and
Mm.
people believe him. They
Mm.
know that what he's saying is for their benefit, even though it's not, but they believe him. So they have this influence. They know how to speak. They know how
Mm.
to, by language, influence people.
Mr. Hossam, I want to ask you, does being a leader necessarily parallel you to being successful?
I don't think so, because successful is a word with many dimensions. Successful according to who? Is he successful according to himself or to you or to the people? It has many dimensions. So you cannot. I can see him successful in a certain area from a certain angle, but from other aspects he's not. So someone could be very successful in his career, in his business, but he's not successful in his family. As a
Mm.
family member, he is not. Maybe he is not as successful in as being involved in a society of contributing to people and adding value. He's only limiting himself in a certain area. And it comes to my mind someone like Albert Einstein, someone who all people think that he's successful, but I know that Albert Einstein was really involved in his researches and theories and the models that he's coming out with, books and things like this, and he was very successful at this area, but he was very isolated. He's not engaged with people.
Right. What are the potentials in which we should teach our children and trades that they could be in the future maintain self-leadership on the first base, and then would maintain leadership in whatever they would attain in positions?
Exactly. What we do with our children is we try to guide them, and we think that we know that what we're saying is for their benefit, so we give them commands. So then they grow as children, not have the choice to express their own way of thinking. We are always limiting this. So if you want your children,
we leave them to take decisions regardless of the outcome of these decisions.
No, we coach them, and this is very difficult, because let them express what they want, and then ask them this question: is that what you want will serve you? Will it serve us? Will it serve us as a family? So think of the consequences of what you want to do. Speak to him as a person who's maybe an adult, but he's not adult yet. But just respect his thoughts. Do not just banish what he's saying, and you don't understand. You don't know what to do. I will tell you what you should do. So
you can actually plant the seed of leadership in a child from a young age.
Ask him, what do you actually want? If you go to a restaurant, for example, many parents would order for their children a certain menu. Ask him, what do you want? Do you want this? Give him a choice. So leadership starts with when you know that you have choices. Is that what you want? And if you choose something wrong, maybe it's not for good for his health, convince him why it's wrong. Do not just tell him this is wrong. Give him a reason. Explain.
Right. On that note, Mr. Hossam Fahmy, human development expert, it's been an absolute pleasure. Thank you so much, sir, for joining us this morning on The Breakfast Show. Thank you very much.
Right, I guess this is where we end this edition of The Breakfast Show. Many thanks to you, Ange.
It was a pleasure, Dina. Thank you so much. And thank you to all our viewers. And join us again tomorrow morning for another edition of The Breakfast Show. Till then, it's goodbye.